Okay, so a little bit of a new arrangement, and I keep forgetting to do all the promotional stuff. So support me on Patreon if you can, subscribe, click all the buttons. Thank you, I appreciate that, and let's get into the video. So most of us are probably so tired and exhausted, and we just want to quit everything and just like live a little happy life on a little farm and just mind our own little business. And we're so tired of hearing how everything is just getting worse and worse and worse. Everything's getting more expensive. There is more war all across the world. And we're just like, I'm just a little human. What can I do? And I know I've been feeling this for a while. I've been feeling so helpless. I've been feeling so down. I've been trying to break my mind, thinking of what I can personally do. But that is a part of the problem, y'all. A part of the problem is this freaking poisonous individualist ideology, which we are all infected with. Maybe some people are not. Maybe some people somewhere in the world are not affected by individualism. But the vast majority of the people all over the world are so individualistic. And it's not our personal sin. It's not our personal wrong. It is ideology. It is the ideology that's been spreading all around the world for the past 100 or so years, and it's impossible to resist. We cannot individually resist anything. We are just little people, and we are going to react in accordance to the ideological bigger subject, or in accordance with the rules and the way that we have been brought up. It is very, very hard to break out of the matrix. And even if we do, we are still going to remain these subjects of the bigger ideological subject. And this is why we feel so helpless, because we feel like we must become these superheroes and we must save everyone. We must come up with this great, amazing plan. We must all be the embodiment of, all the great revolutionaries, all completely on our own. And that is not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. All of us individuals, all of us have to be connected into bigger units. And communities, arguably, parties, arguably, are those little units. And they're so hard to create. And I think I've already talked about this before when I talked about how creating communities and growing some kind of a socialist movement is very similar to making friends. And it is hard to do. And it seems so insignificant. You're like, well, I'm just talking to people. We're just doing little things together. It's not going to bring any kind of an impact. Yes, of course, it's not going to bring much of an impact if it's only one single little community. But if we start these type of communities all across the world, if we all are able to gather regularly and influence each other regularly and think together all the time about what else we can do apart from just talking about it, apart from just making sure we are safe as, little communities. And this is what's going to lead us to some solutions. And these solutions, just as I keep on saying, are going to be different depending on where you are. There is no single blueprint. There is no single manual that you can follow. And there is no way you can do everything right. We will all have to learn things on the go. And it's hard. It's exhausting. But it is a necessity. We have to all keep on pressing on. And it is so hard. I understand how hard it is, especially if you have to work and if you have to take care of your family, you have to take care of your feeble little body, and it feels hard enough and you just want a break. And you know what? Everybody, all of us, we all deserve breaks. But we've got to remember that capitalist idea of rest and capitalist idea of taking care of oneself is going to continue keeping us in this perpetual ideological hell where we keep looking for solutions that are not actual solutions. They're just band-aids. So we've got to discover what it is that we truly crave that will help us rest. And a lot of these solutions are so simple or so banal and so boring. They're just like these stupid little mental health walks and those stupid little talks with people about your mental health and your feelings and all of these little things like taking little naps and making some delicious little treats for yourself and your family, or sharing some little handmade things, and or sharing time with people, sharing time with plants, with animals, with nature. All of these things sound so silly and banal. However, most of them actually work, and it is essential for us to try and carve out the time to truly rest, because in this capitalist chase and in this pursuit and trying to reject it and fight against it, we oftentimes lives do not have any time to just sit down and relax and rest. And this is why I think starting book clubs, doing something together with your comrades and with your friends that is more relaxing is going to be essential, because not only will you be able to rest a little, but you will also be able to deepen that connection that you may have with these people. For example, just some time ago, just a couple weeks ago, the comrades and I, we gathered and we watched a movie together. Somebody had a projector, somebody brought some snacks, and we just sat together, we watched the movie, we discussed the movie, and it was fun. It was a fun little activity, and we try to do such activities every now and then, and they're so important. They're not frivolous. This is not a waste of our time. We've got to remember that if we succumb to this doom and gloom, if we succumb to just scrolling on our phones, looking at all the news and becoming aghast with all the terrors that the US empire and its vassals and the rest of the capitalist world are engaging in, we will just lose hope and we will just stop, and then we will become useless to the movement. So this is just what I wanted to share this week. Nothing too profound or too important, but do take care of yourself and your community. Find ways to still enjoy at least a little bit of your life, even though everything seems to be falling into pieces. You're still here. You're still alive. And if there is at least one person living and breathing who believes in a better world, then hope is not lost. And if you're able to support me on Patreon, I would greatly appreciate it. Do take care of yourself and your community first. I hope you have a great day today, and I'll talk to you sometime later.